Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk SKOL Report. My name's Jeff Cran, aka the Mad Viking, and this is a continuation of our 2020 NFL Draft Series. We'll be doing another video of player profiles for this upcoming draft. The NFL came out today and said, without a doubt, the draft is going to still happen on the 23rd through the 25th. It's going to take place electronically. I think the league said they're going to set up in Los Angeles, and the players will be brought in via video from wherever they've decided to watch the draft. So without further ado, let's get this done. Isaiah Simmons, linebacker, Clemson Tigers, national champions. I have to say, Isaiah Simmons is my absolute draft crush this year. That's why I'm doing him a little earlier as far as like when the rankings were concerned. But let's get right in to the information. So he's a linebacker. He's played for Clemson, as I mentioned. He's from Olathe, Kansas, is where he was born. He's a junior, an underclassman that declared for the draft and is coming out this year. 6'4", 238, 33 3/8 inch long arms. He's got hands that are 9 5/8. His prospect grade is 7.8. They say if you're a 7.3 or above, you're an all-pro. So they're ranking him as Pro Bowl talent at this point. His combine results, just a couple weeks ago, he ran a 4.39 40-yard dash, just blazing speed. I think that was the highest recorded time this year at the combine. Correct me if I'm wrong. Vertical jump of 39 inches and a broad jump of 132.0. So a combine stud. We got the highlights going for him here, so let's go ahead and bring those up for you to peruse. Let's talk a little bit about his stats as a college player, okay? He was there from 2016. He's at Clemson from 2016 to 2019, okay? The first year, gets one tackle the whole year. The second year, he's got 27 tackles, 18 assists, so a total of 45, 6 passes defended, a sack, and a forced fumble. Then comes 2018, and that's when he starts showing up on everybody's radar, right? 55 solo tackles, 34 assists, for a total of 89, right? And then he's got 6 passes defended. He gets his 1.5 sacks that year and 3 forced fumbles with an INT. Then boom, we get in 2019 and he explodes for the national champion Clemson Tigers, right? 67 solo tackles, 104 total, right? 37 assists there. He sacks the quarterback 7 times. From the linebacker position, mind you, 1 forced fumble and 3 interceptions, right? So his stats, unbelievable. Let's get into like his player bio, some of the information about him, right? So he had a brother that played in the league for a little while there, but as far as like we talked about his stats and the numbers that are more than impressive, but he won the Butkus Award as the nation's top linebacker. He was also a finalist for the Chuck Bednarik Award and the Bronco Nagurski Award and the Lott Impact Trophy. So he was there for them all. He's highly thought of nationally as we get into this deal. Let's get into like his strengths, right? So Isaiah Simmons, strengths. Rare versatility and a matchup potential around the field. This guy can play multiple positions. He can play on the line, he can play as a defensive end type to catch him, but to take him down to the ground. He unlocks exotic blitz packages, right? Just because you have this guy on your squad, you've got an opportunity to move him around to the different positions so you can blitz him from anywhere. So that's one of the reasons why people are so high on this fella. He's got aggressive snap to dislodge throws, right? So he likes to get in there and dislodge the football from not only quarterbacks, but from like running backs and things like that. So he's just an all-around good player. I mean, I'd use him in a linebacker position. He could spy on some of these faster quarterbacks that are in the league now. Just an unbelievable athlete. Let's talk about what some of the draft prognosticators are talking about as far as his weaknesses, okay? His instincts near the line of scrimmage. So when he's up on the line, there's still a work under in progress. So he'll get up there because he doesn't play a lot of line. He's still trying to learn the nuances of knowing when the quarterback is handing it to the running back or when they're keeping it, things like that. So he's got to get better at reading and responding as he's approaching the line. He needs to fill out a little bit and learn to punch and play off blocks, right? So he sometimes gets caught up with whoever is like the offensive lineman or whatever that's trying to block him. Sometimes he gets caught up and can't seem to get away and out of those blocks. He does have issues, presumably getting unglued from blocking tight ends. So the same type thing. He's got to learn how to disengage from that player and get in there and attack instead of getting taken out of the play. He will lose contain duties from time to time too. So I think all of this is he's being asked to do so much, or he was asked a lot to do so much by Clemson, that at times he would get a bit overwhelmed, because who wouldn't? I mean, sometimes you're covering slow guys and sometimes you're covering work to do there, but still just an unbelievable draft prospect here. Again, the confusion with coverage duties against North Carolina they're using as one of the examples of some of the issues he has with going out into coverage. So let's talk a little bit about where he'll get drafted, okay? Just looking at various mock drafts from around the nation, it looks like they're saying he could go anywhere from 7 to the Panthers to 10 to the Browns. I personally think after that combine, he's going top 5. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I personally think if a team wants to get him, they're going to have to move definitely into the top 10 and perhaps into the top 5. Now, as I've mentioned before on these series of videos, I'm coming at this as a Vikings fan, right? The Valhalla Sports Talk and the SKOL Report is a Vikings fan channel. So on all these prospect videos, I'm asking, would I like this guy to be on the Minnesota Vikings? And if I would like him, do we have the ability to go get him? And would that be prudent to do so? So with this guy, like I said, he is my draft crush. He is, I think if you've got a guy in the NFL draft, and they usually do this with the quarterbacks, right? You pay whatever it takes to go get him, right? Because he can change your franchise. And I unlike others, think that a defensive player can be that kind of player. It doesn't just have to be a quarterback. Some people, quarterback-driven league, of course. But could the Vikings get him? They've got 2 number 1s. They could move up, I think, fairly easily with the draft capital that they have and get up in that top 10 range. If you're looking at teams that might be willing to move one way or the other, I think I'd target the Lions and the Giants up at that 3-4 position. Because then you've got some people that are going to go up there and get a quarterback. The other kind of area that I'd be looking at is probably the Chargers pick at 7 or at 6. So could they go get him? Yes. Now, will they go get him? That's the real question. A lot of holes on this Vikings team this year. We've let a lot of folks go from the defense. Got major needs at cornerback, offensive lineman. I think we need a linebacker because I'm not in the I love Anthony Barr camp. But so could they go get him? Yes. Will they? I don't think so. I think they're probably going to stand pat there at 21 and 25 and probably pick the best available of those needed positions that they need. Would I love for them to go up there? Would I be ecstatic on April 23rd if they went up and got this guy? Other than Burrow, he is my favorite player, my biggest draft crush in the draft. So I would like them to go up and get him. But like I said, I don't think it's going to happen. So anyway, we'll move on now. And that ends this draft profile of Isaiah Simmons. And we're going to go ahead and move on from here. So I'd like to thank you today for joining us for this draft profile on Isaiah Simmons. Down below, we've got our various social media platforms and how to get a hold of us on those different platforms. If you want to go check us out and follow, join, whatever it might be, whatever the case might be for those platforms, we'd appreciate your assistance there. Also, please hit that subscribe button. The channel is trying to grow, about a month and a half into this deal, and we're learning our way, trying to get bigger and better, and trying to become a player in the YouTube game. So a month and a half in, and most of these folks out there, I see they've been doing this for years. So maybe we got a long way to go before we get more than like 5 or 15 video views every time we put one up. But we're learning. So again, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, and other than that, thank you again for joining us, and stay safe. I not only forgot to take off my headphones in that last clip, I forgot to send us out with a SKOL to the bull.